Hey everybody, I'm here with Gail Stroh, and we are going to talk about what our poor feathered friends are doing in this sort of Arctic weather. Are we calling this a polar vortex yet?
Well, not that I've heard, but you know,
it feels like
close.
It feels like a polar vortex.
It's terrible.
So what do birds need this time of year, Gail?
Well, this time of year when the weather is really cold, especially and the snow is covering the ground, they need food, water, and shelter. And at least with the food, you know, food and water, we can help them. So, you know, bird seed and suet, mealworms, those types of things would be extremely helpful to the birds. So if you've got a bird feeder out, keep it filled. The birds are going to be really very well taken care of if you can give them some seed and some suet in those feeders. They burn a lot of calories when the weather is this cold, and so they're going to be at the feeders frequently, trying to, you know, get geared back up for, you know, more calories that they need.
And we know, and we know that a lot of you really got into bird watching in your backyards this summer, this spring and summer, because we were all home.
Right.
And so it's a really good idea if you've got those feeders. If you've been neglecting them, kind of bring them inside, clean them out, let them dry, and then fill them back up, because the birds really need it. Yep.
Right, because they'll be there all day long, you know, if you offer them seed.
And there are, you know, our regular winter residents like cardinals and blue jays. I've seen dark-eyed juncos.
Juncos are there, but woodpeckers, if you're in an area where you do have woodpeckers, they'll be around. They're definitely going to be happy to find some food. Suet is really helpful if you have woodpeckers or birds that eat suet, because that really gives them extra calories when the weather's cold. So.
And February is kind of a transition month, and at the end of February, depending on what the weather does, we might see some early migrators come up, like red-winged blackbirds, and we might see some sandhills flying high, kind of moving around. So
if spring is really early.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy,
that's wishful thinking.
Did Jimmy see a shadow or not last week?
Well, I believe he did see his shadow and crawled back in his hole.
But that means
yes.
6 more weeks of winter, but that puts us right at the first day of spring, so 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah.
And while you're out there doing your feeders and sort of getting ready for birds, you can certainly participate in the Great Backyard Bird Count. It's put together by the Audubon Society and Cornell University, and it is February 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, so Valentine's Day weekend. And you go to their website and log in, register yourself, and during this time period of 4 days, if you are watching through your window or going on maybe a snowshoe hike, you can write down and then log in the birds that you see. And so they use that information from all over the world. Last year, almost 200 countries participated.
Wow.
They use this information for migratory patterns. They're looking for other kinds of climate things. Are birds going farther north? Are they leaving or coming in earlier? It's super exciting then to see everything put together. They had more than 250,000 participants last year.
Really good. And it's a really great activity for kids, you know, so if the kids have been kind of inside a lot because of the weather, this is a great activity for them. It's a good learning activity. Maybe they can actually use it in their science classes at school.
Yes, so their website is www.birdcount.org. They have some super cool features on their website, including a world map that every time somebody logs in a bird sighting, it's live, a little, like a little yellow dot appears and then slowly disappears. And when they're busy, you can see them like
that is
all over the world. It's pretty snazzy. So,
be sure to pay attention and participate in that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And feed your birds, please.
Yes, they'll be happy.
So happy, please let it be spring soon from all of us here at the Bruce Company.